Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Cancer, September 11, 2023. The fortunate energy is smiling so magnificently upon you. As sweet Venus, our goddess planet of attraction, beauty, and pleasure, is within your zodiac sign, your solar house of identity, in direct motion, she will gift you her crown of blessings until October 8th. Whether single or attached, this is the most important period to update your look, get a new haircut, or buy a new wardrobe. You'll end up looking stunning and radiant. Also, making matters of the heart and romance a top priority will work in your favor, too, so consider how you'd like to build your love life. Have an open mind. Much to your chagrin, your career path is constantly changing due to the retrogrades. But you might feel better about these changes when the domicile moon in Cancer sextiles both Uranus retrograde in Taurus and Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. The sextiles could help you feel self-assured with the changes being made, even if it is out of your control. You could feel more confident about what you are opening yourself up for or what you could accomplish in your career path as you move forward. It is just as Jupiter is spending his first weekend in retrograde motion in your career sector in 12 years that he is not only separating from a friendly aspect to the Sun in your income sector, but just as Mercury is spending his last weekend in retrograde motion there. While Mercury will only spend 3 weeks instead of the months that planets on the job and career fronts are spending in retrograde motion, it is in time to capitalize on the doors opening to the past, second chances and untapped potential. Blocks and obstacles will undoubtedly arise when you take a new path, but don't be discouraged. When your intentions meet with resistance, just acknowledge your disappointment and form new intentions. If, for example, you are unable to prepare a healthy meal for yourself, and you eat something substandard, with regret ruining your meal, all is not lost. Take the time for a hot soak with a few drops of lavender oil. Consider keeping some lavender oil in the house for days like this. If the last few days have tended to sap your morale a bit, this is going to change a lot in the hours coming up. Indeed, the vibrations of the day will be beneficial, and things will advance positively except in your professional life where you will meet with some difficulties. Don't give up and keep working with vigor, and very soon this new, positive outlook on life will bear fruit. You should have confidence in yourself and dare undertaking new projects both in your personal and professional life. While the moon is only passing through, having it in a nostalgic and reflective part of your chart over the weekend is an invitation to slow down and recharge your batteries. With Venus in her first weekend in direct motion in Leo, Mercury his last in retrograde motion in your income sector, and Jupiter his first in retrograde motion in your career sector, there are a lot of planets making U-turns, which means they have to slow down. The moon is only passing through, but it amplifies a call from the major players who are also asking that you hold back. An alignment between Venus, the planet of love, and the asteroid Juno, the queen of commitment, not only peaks in Leo today, but just as Venus is spending her first weekend back in direct motion. This is not only giving you the resolve to follow your heart but to put the past behind you. While Venus' 6-week nostalgic trip down love's memory lane was a chance to capture the past or to lay old ghosts to rest, it is the future that is now drawing your attention. Our eyes in the sky. Jupiter finds itself in retrograde motion, a rare occurrence in your income sector, marking the first time in 12 years. But it isn't alone. Uranus also recently embarked on its retrograde journey in this sector, and this cosmic pause might linger for several weeks. This presents a unique opportunity for you to recalibrate and find your bearings as the focal point shifts. Simultaneously, Mercury is in the final throes of its retrograde motion in your work sector, adding depth to this cosmic interplay. As Mercury slows to a crawl during its last weekend in retrograde motion in your work sector, it beckons you to take a valuable pause. The spotlight now turns to the past, granting you a chance to revisit opportunities, embrace second chances, and explore untapped income potential. Although both Jupiter and Uranus are still in the early stages of their retrograde journeys in your income sector, it will be some time before they pick up speed and retrace ground they've already covered. However, keep an eye out for subtle signs of movement in the financial realm. This coincides with Mercury's languid pace, mirroring the slow progress of Jupiter and Uranus. Together, they hold the door open to the past, beckoning you to seize second chances and discover untapped potential, both in your income and job sectors. This juncture marks a moment of cosmic synchrony, where time seems to stand still, allowing you to reflect, reassess, and ultimately unlock the hidden opportunities that lie in both your financial and professional domains. Today, the Cancer moon aligns with Uranus in retrograde, setting off electrifying energies that reverberate through our earthly existence. Under this cosmic influence, we're granted the freedom to embrace our genuine selves and express our deepest emotions without the shackles of judgment. Our heartfelt words find their way into the world, unburdened by the fear of being misunderstood. It's a day when our emotions become an open book, and we can speak our truth with unwavering sincerity. In the realm of relationships, you might find yourself entangled in minor disagreements with your friends. It's essential to keep these differences in perspective. They are but minor squabbles that pose no real threat to the solidity of your friendships. Don't dwell on them excessively, but do take responsibility if you've uttered words you now regret. Demonstrating your remorse can pave the way for forgiveness, as those affected will appreciate your sincerity. At a time when the number of planets turning retrograde is increasing on a near-daily basis, including Jupiter, in his last full day in direct motion in your income sector before turning retrograde tomorrow, Venus is the one planet bucking that trend. After 6 weeks in retrograde motion in a playful and creative part of your chart, Venus turns direct today, just as planets are turning retrograde across the income, work and career fronts. This is taking the urgency out of this professional year just as Venus wakes to put more focus on the playful and creative side of life's fence. While enticing investment opportunities may come knocking at your door, exercising patience is paramount. Hidden facts, potential pitfalls, or inconvenient surprises could lurk beneath the surface. Rushing into investments may lead to unforeseen consequences. Remember that patience is a virtue, especially when dealing with financial transactions. It's wiser to bide your time and gather all the necessary information before making any commitments. Your social life might encounter some turbulence as you feel slighted by friends and family or find yourself embroiled in arguments. Take a moment for introspection. Perhaps you're placing unrealistic expectations on your loved ones. Consider stepping back and addressing issues through open communication, rather than pushing for your own way at all times. A balanced approach to your relationships will help restore harmony and understanding.